Hey, Bo, what's up, my friend? How's it going? How's it going? Good to see you, man. I've been surfing after work today, so I'm like really exhausted. So I surfed for a couple of hours, and it's been like 2 months since I surfed last. So I'm exhausted, man, but it was so fun. I wasn't able to surf for 2 months. Hey, what's up, Vic? How's it going? Good to see you. Love you too. I figured I'd pop in just for a chill, short live. Just a short, chill live. I'm going to go live again on Friday. But just because I'm exhausted, I figured, I'll just make the background not quite as spicy, and let's just try to chill and check in with my friends. Pushing through, good. Chill time. Definitely, definitely. My brain's not going to function very well tonight anyway. Not after a surf session like that. Well, I'm exhausted. So I haven't gotten to surf in like 2 months. It's been 2 months. And today after work, I hauled ass to the beach, loaded up everything at the house and hauled ass to the beach. And then paddled out with some friends. I have like some fuzz in my teeth. Paddled out with some friends and caught some excellent waves. They were small but super clean, nice, fun rides. Hey Vic, I've been reading this book. I don't know if you were on when I recommended it. Bo, I think you were on. But I haven't honestly read a whole lot of Thich Nhat Hanh. But this book called The Other Shore, Thich Nhat Hanh, fuzzy tea on tap. Thich Nhat Hanh, The Other Shore. It's a new translation of the Heart Sutra with commentaries. It's so good. Hey, what's up, Bustin? What's up, man? I was just telling everybody how exhausted I am from surfing. Hello, Mr. Cosmos. Love that book. Oh, you've read it, Bo. Nice. Nice. I mean, I am loving it. I read the old version that's super thin and it's real short. But this is like extremely expanded, like quadruple the size, and with a new translation. It's so good. So good. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I'd love to ask why to let go of religion. As a Christian, I'm trying to debate. Yeah, no, that's fine. And I talk about it a lot. Type the author. Yeah, I talk about it a lot. Let me see if I can figure out how to chat, how to type. Here we go. I'll do this. It's Thich Nhat Hanh. There it is. Thich Nhat Hanh. Yeah, I talk about it a lot, and also I write about it on rickquestionsthings.com. You can go to rickquestionsthings.com, and honestly, a few days ago, on March 1st, I posted a frequently asked questions post, and that was just a few of the questions I'm asked often. Do you believe in God? Do you meditate? Why did you leave Christianity? What do you believe? Do you have any book recommendations? And what happens when we die? So all those frequently asked questions I answered in this post. But why drop belief? Because belief is really irrelevant to the present moment. There is nothing to believe in this moment of existence. When you're experiencing this moment right here, right now, which is all that exists, what do you have to believe if you are fully aware of this present moment? If you are all in on this moment, right? You're not you're not in the past, you're not in the future. Maybe you have thoughts of the past or the future, but those thoughts are happening in the present moment, right here in this moment, right? So you're not in the past, you're not in the future. You're in this moment no matter what. No matter what you're thinking about. If you're thinking of what happens after death, you're still thinking those thoughts in the present moment. So you're always present. You just don't know it. You're just not aware of it. But when you are fully aware of this moment being experience, being existence in this moment, as existence in this moment, what is there to believe? If you are experiencing what is, you don't have to believe anything. And belief is irrelevant. Why is it garbage, Mr. Doug? I almost thought it was Dave Warner, my friend. I think Doug's probably a troll. No, you don't have to believe anything, Doug, to be in this moment. If I clap my hands, what do I have to believe about that? Nothing, absolutely nothing. I don't believe anything. I've let go of beliefs. I've dropped beliefs. I have no beliefs. It isn't. It's an experience. It's existence. That you need to look up the definition of belief because that's not it. But if you're here, this is a chill live tonight. So if you're here to just be a troll, you can exit stage left. Yeah, it's experience. Yeah, I'm not getting drawn in, Stace. Normally I engage with all those kinds of comments and I have guests and all that kind of stuff, but I surfed today and I'm exhausted and I'm just I'm in that that post-surf mindset, which is just incredible. It's my passion. I love to surf. I love to surf. That's why I live on an island. That's why I moved to an island. Yeah, no time for the TikTok trolls tonight. Being fully aware of this moment is not believing this moment. You don't have to believe this moment. If you are aware of this moment, you're here right now in this moment, as existence itself. Like I said, I clap my hands, your post-surf, just B-flow, that's right. I clap my hands. I don't have to believe that I've clapped my hands. It's an experience. It's what is. I am clapping my hands. I am here right now speaking these words. I am sitting in this chair. What have I got to believe if I am fully aware of this moment? Nothing. Belief is irrelevant. We don't have to believe anything. Thank you, Bo. Yeah, Bustin', I was riding the waves earlier. This shirt has some waves on it. This is one of my shirts. What's up, Jet? My friend, good to see you. Yeah, people need to accept reality. Reality, this moment, that's what's real. That's what's real. Nothing else is real. Nothing else is real. The past isn't real. The future isn't real. Anything out there that's beyond existence. Nothing is outside of existence. There is only existence. Do you have a GoPro? No, man. I should. I've wanted to. I used to have a GoPro, and then I just I don't know what happened to it. Actually, I think I let somebody borrow it and never got it back, or I got it back broken. That's what happened. Yeah, that would be awesome. Having no belief is just ignorant. I think that's an ignorant comment, to be honest with you, because I think belief, when you say you believe something, it tells me that you are not in this moment. You're not aware of this moment. Why ask questions if you have no? I don't know what that means. And also, I really don't have any questions. My name is Rick Questions Things, but I've written about that on rickquestionsthings.com. You can read the post. It's called 42 in the End of All Questions, or 42 in the End of Questions. No, I don't believe in myself. I don't have to believe in myself. Why would I believe in myself when I am? I am. Yeah, it would be awesome, Bustin'. So I say let go of belief, because beliefs are irrelevant, absolutely irrelevant. If you are in this moment, fully aware of this moment, of this present moment, and you as existence are this moment, and that's all that exists, what do you have to believe? I don't have to better myself. I am. It's a happening. Everything is a happening of the whole, of existence, of this moment. It's a happening. I believe in only what has been proven. I don't believe in superstition and religion. But if it's been proven, you don't have to believe it. So I know what you mean, John. Yeah, that's a good comment and a good point. You don't have to believe that, in other words. If it's been proven, you don't have to believe it, right? You know it. There's a difference between belief and knowledge. Belief goes hand in hand with religion, with, those kinds of guessing game what ifs. Do some meditation. Yeah. You don't believe in religion. Where does morality come from? Well, it doesn't come from religion. Morality is relative to, first of all, morality is human concept. So that's what we first have to say. You have to recognize that morality is human concept. Morality doesn't exist apart from human ego and human society, right? It doesn't exist. Second of all, within that human egoic society and culture, morality is relative to the history and times of the culture. It's relative to the setting in which you find yourself. If you were born 10,000 years ago, your morality would be much different than it is today, or 2,000 years ago, or 100 years ago. Or if you were, John, thank you. That's awesome. If you were born in Afghanistan or Iraq or, you can name so many different places, your morality would be different, comparatively different to what it is here. There's nothing. What does someone who has no belief do about death? Well, you don't do anything about death. I don't know what you mean, do about death. What can you do about death? I'm not sure what you mean. What about love? Love is, again, you find different definitions and displays of love throughout time and history and culture as well. You find different parental loves throughout time and history and culture. So you find different attitudes and different definitions and actions of love that are very different throughout time and different cultures. But love is an experience. It's a happening. It isn't something that comes from religion. In fact, true love and religion and belief, those are mutually exclusive. Love and religion are mutually exclusive. They cannot coexist, not truly. Because religion always, thank you, EBA. Religion commands love, and love isn't something that can be commanded, not true love. True love can't be commanded, right? You can't tell someone, love me or perish. You'll never get a genuine love out of a command like that. Love me or I'm going to you. You don't get a genuine love. Thank you, John. What do you believe as far as creation? I don't believe anything. I don't have any beliefs. But your question tells me that you believe it's a creation. So your presupposition is buried in that question. Well, not buried. It's right in front. When you say, what do you believe about creation? You're telling you believe it's a creation, but that's merely a belief. And you don't have to believe that. You don't have to believe anything about creation, right? There is existence. Hey, Joanna, there is existence right here in this moment, and you don't have to believe anything to be aware of this moment. Now, most people aren't aware of this moment. Most people are asleep to this moment, right? And they're lost in thoughts, and they think they're in the past. I'm just stuck in the past. Well, you're not really. You're stuck in the past in the present. You're worried about the future. Well, you're worried in the present about future imaginative thoughts in the present. You're just not aware of the present. You're not aware that this is all there is. Like, you still feel like the past is real, that it exists. And it doesn't. It only exists in the present as thoughts in your mind right now, in this moment. You don't understand that this is all that there is. This moment. Thank you, Brandy. This is it. This moment. This existence. It encompasses everything. Everything is this moment. Thank you. And you are this moment. You're not separable from this moment. You're inseparable from this moment. You are this moment. This is existence, and you're inseparable from existence. You and existence are not separate. You are existence. This moment, right here, right now. Thank you, Brandy. I appreciate that. To exist, we stand apart, and in an inherent non-duality. There's nothing that stands apart. Right, exactly. And words break that, words fall far short. Words can only do so much. Exactly. I still have stitches in my mouth too, guys. I was supposed to get them out Friday. My appointment got changed to Monday and now Tuesday, so next week I get the stitches out. I'm ready to get them out because they're really annoying. Did you try? I love existing in the appreciation of life without a God. Right. Because you don't need a God. It's totally irrelevant. You don't need a God. There is no need for a God out there, some separate entity, right? How could existence itself need anything, especially a God, right? Let's see, there was a comment I was about to respond to. Did you try praying for someone or something and didn't get an answer? Oh no, it's far beyond that. I have a Master's of Arts in Religion from Westminster Theological Seminary, and I was a pastor for several years in ministry. A very hardcore, genuine, sincere Christian. But ultimately, when I intellectually worked my way out of the religion, and I could not believe anymore for intellectual reasons, I prayed sincerely to God. You know my thoughts. You know what I have intellectually understood and come to know. You got to make me believe because I can't, you can't believe something that you know is not true. And yes, of course, there was silence, no answer. Yeah. Oh, Caroline, I usually respond a certain way to comments like that, but this is a chill live tonight, just laid back. God can't make you believe anything. You said it, and that's exactly right, because God can't make you do anything. There is no God to make you do anything. I mean, you said it. Those are your words, and I agree. Silence is deafening and comforting. Let go. Exactly, Stacy. Yeah. Just let go. Let go of it all. Let go and be. I am. This moment. Existence. The ocean of being. Thank you, Palm Tea. Okay, Vic. Anytime. Never been more free since I let go of religion. Right. Yeah, for sure. Because religion is bondage. I normally have that in my spicy background. Religion is bondage. It really is. It is bondage because it perpetuates the illusion of separation. Religion perpetuates and just drives that illusion of separation. There is a separation between me and God, and there's a separation between God and creation, and there's a separation between me and those who don't think or believe like me, and there's a separation between me and nature, and there's a separation between me and creation, right? And all of that is illusory. That doesn't exist. It isn't real. And religion perpetuates that. It pushes and urges that illusion. And the illusion of separation is the cause of suffering. It's the cause of anxiety. It's the cause of war. It's the cause of all those types of things. What do you think about Bernardo Kastrup? I saw that. I had to scroll back up. I don't know who that is. Bernardo Kastrup. I'm not sure who that is. Let go. Life is true freedom, joy, happiness, and content life. Yeah, exactly. Okay, user. And it starts as a child being told this is what is true and you shouldn't question it. Right. Don't question. Don't question. Because again, religion is bondage, and religion does not want you to question. Religion doesn't want you to find out who you really are, right? Because they have control and they're holding on to you. And they do need your money as well. And they need you to keep coming back, right? So they're never going to heal you. They're never going to let you catch the carrot that they dangle in front of you. You're just going to keep chasing that carrot, and you will never, ever get it in your mouth. You'll never receive the peace that religion promises. You'll never receive the love, the happiness, the joy that religion supposedly can give you, because those things are mutually exclusive with religion. I'm getting so close to 1,000 followers on this account. Nice. Vic. Everybody follow Victoria Arbo. Get her to 1,000 so she can go live on this account. You too, Brandy. Follow Brandy as well. Get her to 1,000. Let's see where you at. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Vic, you are... Oh, you're so close. I'm going to do this. Follow Victoria. Repent and believe the gospel. Well, you can go to rickquestionsthings.com and find out why the gospel that you believe is not true. Thank you, Brandy. I appreciate it very much. Thank you, thank you. I'm super exhausted from surfing. I've been surfing all day after work. But we're doing this. We're done. I told Bustin I was going to jump on for just a little bit. Couldn't jump on for long. I forgot to tell Tayshawn Austin though. Well, I'm ignoring a lot of comments and not, hey, Boo Bear, thank you. And not responding to a lot of comments that I normally do, because this is a chill, laid back live tonight. Just a short, chill, laid back live. Oh, I didn't see it, Vic. I don't know what you're talking about. Thank you, Brandy. 12-hour shift and just got home. Time to deal with the pups and go to bed. 12-hour shift. Oh, man, I used to work 12-hour shifts. I'm a teacher now. So I teach computer science and coding and entrepreneurship too. I'm scared of death. Well, it's a common thing. It's not abnormal, the moment when we die. That is only 3 days a week. Yeah, that's a lot better. That's a lot better. If you are scared of death, the moment of death, that's absolutely understandable. Being scared of what happens after death is something that's been ingrained into you to fear, right? So if you mean that you're scared of what, Alyssa, why have you been, you've been really going after me a lot lately. Very weird comments, just like going after me. It's really strange. I'm not sure what's up. What's up, my mental, my friend? How are you doing? I've gotten a lot of negativity lately. So negative. Death is like waking up from a dream and remembering who we are. Be more like Jesus, right? Right. I'm in Galveston, but no, I guess I missed it. I don't know where. I didn't know when it was. I was talking about death. I'm being absolutely honest and sincere when I tell you I have no fear of what happens after death. None whatsoever. No fear of what happens after death. Because all of the stories, all of the beliefs, yeah, I know, my mental, exactly. And I'm not. Tonight, I've been telling everybody, it's just a chill live. I've been surfing today after work. I'm exhausted. And it's just a positive, chill live tonight. But no one knows what happens after death. When people claim that they know what happens after death, they are telling you what they believe. That's it. 100% what they believe, because no one knows. Not a single person knows what happens after death. So there's really nothing to fear, because all of the hell language and all that, that's all made up. That's all made up. It doesn't exist. What if nothing is after death? Well, before you were born, what do you remember? What do you remember before you were born? It's to fear nothing. Number one, well, God, there's so many different ways you could approach this, because to be upfront with you, death is really an illusion, because what you really are is existence itself. What you really are is the cosmic energy of the universe, of all things, the energy that is flowing and creating the forms of all things that you think are things and you believe are things. They're really not things. So energy is never created or destroyed. It's never destroyed, so it doesn't die. Existence never dies. It's never born. It never dies. So death is an illusion. So if you're worried about your consciousness ending after death, well, we don't know what happens. I mean, you just don't know. And if, like how you asked, if there's nothing after death, then there's nothing for you. That's not an experience. You can't experience nothing. So there's nothing to fear about nothingness, right? So if that's the case, there's nothing to fear. But the truth is, you're more than just the ego. You're not this little ego, separate individual, separate entity. Hey, Seven, what's up, my friend? You're not this little separate entity that's been put onto this earth or into this creation or whatever. The ego is an illusion, ultimately. It exists. It's an illusion, though. The belief that you're a separate entity from everything else is an illusion. That's not true. You interexist. You are one and the same stuff, one and the same energy as everything else in this existence. In fact, what that makes you is existence itself. One of the analogies I use is the ocean of being. We are all waves of the ocean of being, right? I don't believe in anything, but what are your thoughts? I'll talk about that. We are all waves of the ocean of being, right? I live on an island. I was surfing today after work. That's why I'm so exhausted. But when I look at the water, okay, Brandy, when I look at the water and I see waves, right, Aaron and Bustin, when I see waves, I know that those waves aren't separate from the ocean. Those waves are the ocean. It's the ocean waving, right? It's the energy and the forms of the ocean. It's the ocean happening, the ocean waving. We are just like that. We are waves of the ocean of being, of existence. And being waves of the ocean of being makes us the ocean of being itself. We are not separate from it. It is a belief. It is an illusion to think that we are a separate entity. This wave is a separate entity that's separate from the ocean. It's a belief. Oh, good, my mental. We are the ocean of being. In fact, so I did write a post. I've been writing a bit more lately, but I wrote a post 2 days ago called "The Deep Truth of Reality," and I talk about two analogies of reality. One is waves of the ocean, and the other is we are all paint. So if you're curious, you can go to rickquestionsthings.com and go find out who you really are. Who you really, really are. It's a real mind twister. It is. But it makes total sense. Make another shirt. I know, man. I did just get this shirt made. So this is my latest design here. I love this shirt. This is Let Your Mind Be Free. I know it's backwards, but it says Let Your Mind Be Free, and it's got some birds and mountain water. But this is the one that's backwards, so it's going to say one instead of now. But this is my newest shirt I made. It says, now is all there is. Now is all there is. And I've got my now clock in the middle, so it's just, instead of numbers, it's all now. It says one, but it's now. So that's the newest one that I created. You can get shirts on rickquestionsthings.com too. Yeah, I have a merch page on rickquestionsthings.com. Thank you, Philip. I appreciate the kind words. If you go to rickquestionsthings.com and you go to swag merch, I named it that because I thought it was funny. And you can see a lot of my designs. This, if you get the Alan Watts mug, don't put it in the dishwasher, because a year of dishwashing of putting in the dishwasher fades it like this and makes it look like a ghost, which is pretty cool. I kind of like it. Jesus is risen. No, Stacy. Oh man, that's funny, dude. Yeah, busted. I know, because you have the now clock, right? Yeah, I think it was the first one you got. I like the ghost mug. Make ghost mugs. The mug of Alan Watts' ghost on the ghost mug. I'm gonna swag merch. Yeah, if you go to rickquestionsthings.com, one of the pages is called swag merch, and you can see them there. But also, what I was saying is, I wrote 2 days ago. I've been writing a lot more lately, but 2 days ago I posted The Deep Truth of Reality, right? And I talk about words being tiny scalpels. I know, the yellow one, I remember. That's awesome. Words and names are like tiny scalpels. They slice and dice one body, one whole into parts, right? So it's so hard to put reality into words. Color change ones for the face. That'd be awesome. Yeah, Kelly, that'd be cool. Or changes into something else. That'd be awesome. Alan Watts never overcame the ego. Well, we can't say that, plant TikToker. I mean, you'd have to be Alan Watts to know that. Alan Watts, the Holy Ghost. So the first analogy I talk about in words is waves of the ocean. And I just talked about that one a little bit. And then the second analogy is we are all paint. And so I talk about existence being like a painting. And this has nothing to do with a cosmological argument or anything or anything like that, or Kalam's or whatever. Being an artist, it has nothing to do with that. That's not what this analogy is about. But if you take a painting and you look at it, and I say, what do you see in this painting right here, right? And you look at it and you say, well, I see a wave, and I see a boat, and I see some people in the boat, and I say, no. The idea of just walking on water and being wild. That is funny, Seven. That would be a good like parody shot. I tell you, okay, you see a wave and a boat and people and all that, but look deeply and what do you really see? And so you start looking deeply and you squint and you say, well, I see the sky. I see a lot of patterns in the waves. There are different shapes and stuff going on in the waves. There's some spray there. I say, no, look deeply. What do you see when you look at this painting? And what you're really seeing is paint. You're not seeing waves and boats. You're seeing paint take the form and make the form of waves and boats and skies and people, right? You're seeing the paint. It's all made of paint, right? And so I take that analogy and kind of break it down in the post called The Deep Truth of Reality, and talk about how we are likewise the energy of all things. We're the cosmic energy of the universe, the cosmic energy of existence. We are the paint, the energy that shapes and forms all these things, right? That's what we are. Uh-oh, Alyssa's back. Alyssa used to be cool. She used to be a friend, and then she started like badgering me for some reason, telling me I'm weird and I need to be ascended. I don't know. Maybe you're just kidding. Are you joking, Alyssa? Maybe you're joking. You gotta be joking. You have to be joking. I know you are. I know you are. What's up, Serge? Good to see you, dude. I see Jay Wills joined as well. You were my paint. Good to see you, Serge. So that was, I wrote that 2 days ago. Today I wrote and posted part 4 of my journey through the Shin Shin Ming. Great, more mind twisting. My mental, the fact Jesus wasn't taken out by a wave when walking on the water in a storm. I'd like to see that. The come to Jesus people just keep persisting. I give them credit. I understand, I understand. So the post I posted today is called Rock Streams, a Shin Shin Ming Journey Part 4. So I've been like journeying through and kind of writing through the Shin Shin Ming, which is an ancient... Hey, Austin, what's up, man? I'm glad you made it in because I mentioned a while ago, I said, man, I should have messaged Tayshian Austin. I went live like 30 minutes ago and I totally said to Bustin, I should have messaged him. So the Shin Shin Ming, an ancient Zen poem, I've been kind of journeying through that and writing through that. And so I did post part 4 today of that. 2 days ago, the deep truth of reality. A few days before that, frequently asked questions. And then February 21st, I did post Matthew 24 and the coming of Jesus. And I showed why Matthew 24 has nothing to do with a future coming of Jesus and that Jesus is never coming back, of course. Oh, okay, Austin. Yeah, me too. I said I surfed after work today, so I'm exhausted. I said, you know what, I'm going to hop on for a chill live, just a hangout session, interact with some comments just shortly, and then I'm going to go to bed. Also a post called Return to the Source, Searching for the Meaning of Life. That's part 3 of the Shin Shin Ming. I have a post called Why Am I No Longer a Christian, if you're interested in that, but all kinds of stuff. So go to rickquestionsthings.com. You wrote, fact, Jesus, I thought you said, can you create? How can you look at life and not believe we have a king who gave you life? But that's just a belief, D-Best. Normally I go into a lot of detail on that, but I would direct you to rickquestionsthings.com and find out why that's not true. But you are just telling me your belief, and the belief is irrelevant to me. I do not believe it. I don't believe the ancient beliefs of ancient human beings. My mental. Who is this I? Is it even real? No, well, it depends on the perspective you're looking at it. But what is real is existence. Existence is. But, I commented, I don't know if you saw my comment the other day when I replied to your comment, that form is emptiness and emptiness is form. But also, I think I have it right here. Oh, it might be in this. Let me see. So I love Thich Nhat Hanh's new translation of the Heart Sutra. The body itself is emptiness, and emptiness itself is the body. This body is not other than emptiness, and emptiness is not other than this body. The same is true of feelings, perceptions, mental formations, and consciousness, right? So the ego exists. It is illusory, but it exists, but not as... The problem with the ego is that the ego believes it is a separate entity, separated from existence, right? Separate from everything around it, that it's not... That is independent, right? And then it has a real separate reality as an entity on its own. That's the problem. But when you recognize the ego for what it is, then the ego becomes just another happening, like a flower blooming, right? It's a happening. It's thoughts or happenings of existence. They are just the happenings that happen by spontaneous woo way of existence. I mean, that's what ego is. That's what thoughts are. That's what words are. That's what heartbeats are. It's all just the happening of existence, right? And none of it is independent. None of it has a separate self, a separate existence. None of it is its own entity. None of it at all. It's all the happening of the universe is what it is. Hair happens. Yeah, hair grows. Right, hair is a happening. You're absolutely right. As a process. Jesus, Rick. Serge. Passing to the new age. Self-care for dudes. I have a Master's of Arts from Westminster Theological Seminary. I've been there and done that. I was a pastor for several years. I intellectually understood that Christianity is not true. And I've written about that on rickquestionsthings.com. So you guys can go read about that there. Convoluted nonsense of nothingness. Pop is kind of obsessed with coming onto my lives and commenting his disagreements and calling nonsense. You were in religion, not... No, that's not true self-care for dudes. You don't know me. You too, Pop. Thank you. No, you have no idea. Self-care for dudes, I was the most genuine, sincere Christian that I've ever known. I loved Jesus with all my heart. The reason I went to seminary is not so that I could become a pastor. I went to seminary to know God. That's why I went. I learned Hebrew and Greek to know God, right? That's why. I translated everything that I preached to know God, right? Not so that I would be smart or anything like that. It had nothing to do with that. I was the most genuine, sincere Christian I've ever known, and I mean that with all my heart. But intellectually, I understood that Christianity is not true. Jesus is never coming back. If there was a Jesus guy, he died just like everyone else. He was not raised from the dead. And the Gospels, when it talks about a future coming of Jesus, is talking about the destruction of Jerusalem in 70 CE. That's all it's talking about. And that's why Christianity expanded and exists the way that it did and still does, although that meaning is lost on believers today. They have no idea what it was all about. But Christianity was all about the destruction of Jerusalem and the temple, and how could this religion continue apart from its land, temple, and physical, such a physical existence of the religion, right? That's why Christianity exists. And that's what the New Testament is all about. But you can read about that on rickquestionsthings.com. So once I understood these things intellectually, I couldn't believe it anymore. So I love how people don't know you and come in alive like they know you. I know. Religion divides, Aaron. It does. It really does. You know, the things that really divide are... Does it feel sad that you lost that love for Jesus? Oh, Purusha's Mouth, that's a good question. Does it make me sad that I lost that? No, it doesn't make me sad at all. I don't have any regrets about it. I don't have any sadness about it, anything like that. It is what it is. It was what it was. And it was a happening of that moment in time. And there's really nothing to regret ever. If you understand the things, if you understand reality, you know, it's really nothing to regret. You need to check out these guys. They wrote a book called Christianity Before Jesus. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I saw that. I know what you're talking about. I forgot about that. Yeah, Purusha's Mouth, thank you. Is ignorance bliss? Oh, man, that's a good question, Xander. What a great question. Hey, Rhonda. Yeah, my mental. I'm glad you mentioned that because I need to go check and see what they're up to. Because I did see them a while back. Yeah, so and they were saying that Christianity existed before the basically it's the foundation of the stories of Jesus. And that's true. All right, Vic. I love you. Have a great night. I'm going to get off soon, too. Did you watch Kirk Cameron? Oh, yeah, Jay Will. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I did. Awesome, Vic. Yeah, I'll talk to you soon. And I'll be live Friday night as well. See, I'm so exhausted. I served my ass off today, man. But it was much needed. I needed it so bad. So bad. Thank you, Aaron. I'm just going to be on for just a short while longer. Is ignorance bliss? Man, that's such a good question, Xander. I'm going to think about it. Plant TikTok or good waves? So they were small but clean. So yes, they were good waves. Small waves, but just clean lines that you could hop on and just glide down. It was a longboard day, so I didn't even bring my shortboard. Just glide down. And the weather, it's hot outside, but the water's still chilly, so I wore my wetsuit and I got hot. I had to unzip the back and just let water flush through it the whole time to keep me cool. But I can't bare skin it yet. I'm a baby with cold water. And they're qualified like you in the matter of it. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, good. Yeah, my mental. I'm going to check them out for sure. You're living the dream. Special treat kids. We're getting Chick-fil-A and watching Left Eye. Does Dave surf? No, Dave does not surf. I should try to get Dave out there, though. That would be fun. Dave does not surf. Apparently, Dave is super busy right now. He's been looking for jobs and stuff, and then he got a ton of jobs, and he's told me, I think it was yesterday, I can't even talk, I'm so exhausted. He's in over his head. Yeah, and it's funny too, Jay Will, when guests come on and start doing the Ray Comfort, Kirk Cameron stuff, have you ever told a lie? Have you ever, and I call them out immediately. Like, you think I've never heard of Ray Comfort, and you don't think I know this process that you're about to try to bring me through. That would be hilarious. I'm busting. I need to try to get him out there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be awesome. A GoPro with Dave out in the water. Oh, I will. So if I Matthew, I saw that comment last time you said that. That's hilarious. Then there's a guy, Nick SWV. He does lives, but he's on the side of the line. He's Oh, okay. Send me that in a message. All words are lies. Sounds the closest thing to truth. Yeah. Well, and it's just that words. That's what I was talking about in this the post that I posted a few days ago on the deep truth of reality, is that words are like scalpels. So, but we can only do the best we can with words, Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj, Ramana Maharshi. I mean, everyone uses words, right? But yes, silence. I mean, silence is the deepest the deepest form of communication, because when you use words, it slices and dices reality. It separates as you speak. You're separating everything out that you call a word from its environment, and it's inseparable from its environment. It's inseparable from the whole. You should go on his live and rip him up. Yeah, Plant TikToker. If you go to rickquestionstage.com, a couple of posts ago, the deep truth of reality. I started the post with that, like a conversation on words. Or not, but where have your kids landed? Oh, no, that's not Jay Will. Yeah, I've talked about that before, so I don't mind the question. Not religious. They're not religious, but they're kind of all over the board. So my oldest, I think he's just kind of just doesn't think about it much. I don't think he thinks about it much. My second oldest, though, is pretty much like he thinks pretty much the way I do. And it wasn't because of me. Like we've had conversations, but he's always kind of been kind of on that path, similar path as me, as far as like philosophy and I don't know if you want to call it spirituality or whatever. Like thinking. Not wanting to have anything to do with religion, because he's never wanted anything to do with religion. But he's on his own path. He's on his own way, thinking his own things about it all, you know. And they're all just kind of all over the board with it, but none of them are religious. None of them are like just believers, you know. Who's still a religion? Religious. Well, Xander. Well, we went through. We went through a divorce after religion. So when I left Christianity, it was rough. It was rough. It was an existential crisis, and so it did ultimately fuel the divorce. So that was tough because before the divorce, yeah, it was really hard because I no longer believed. She did still, but I don't think does anymore now. You can tell you're genuinely at peace. Yeah. Thank you, my mental. I am. I really am. Syra. I don't label myself. And I've actually written about that too on rickquestionsthings.com. It's called the dance. What did I call it? I called it the dance. I'll tell you so you can look it up if you want to. But I'll tell you why I don't label myself. What was it called? Oh, Beyond the Dance of Atheism and Theism is what I called it. Beyond the Dance of Atheism and Theism. You can go to rickquestionsthings.com and read that. But I don't... No, it's not too personal. It's not... I don't label myself because I just... Number one, labels separate. And so labels continue to perpetuate the illusion of separation. It's hard not to be happy and at peace if you accept that now is the only reality. Right, exactly. Yes. Need to get to that point. Yeah, and you are at that point. You just aren't aware of it all the time. Because now is the only reality. Whether you're at that point or not, it is the only reality. Now is all that exists. This is existence. Inseparable. You are inseparable from this moment. You can't escape this moment. You are inseparable from existence. You can't escape this existence because you are existence. You are the flow of the energy of the cosmos, right? In this moment. Yeah, now isn't even a moment. That's a word, right? Persia's mouth, that's a good point. Now is... A moment is a word, right? So we use that word because we're familiar with it. It's a good point. Good comment. It just is. It is. I am. All the things I'm going to do if I hit the lottery. You know, my daughter this morning said, oh, good question, Xander. Hang on. Good question. My daughter this morning was telling me she wasn't able to sleep well last night. She sleeps really well. I was like, what happened? She said, I was just worried about tomorrow, meaning today. I was going to have to do a speech in class, and I had a field trip that I had to go to for 2 hours that I was nervous about getting to. And, you know, she was telling me all these things she was worried about. I was like, man, see how worries about the imaginative future just completely remove your awareness and enjoyment of the present. Like you could have been, thank you for the rose. You could have been enjoying the sleep in the present, right? That precious sleep, but you were worried about the imaginative future in the present, and it was ruining your sleep. Isn't it wild how how we let the imaginative future that doesn't exist steal, in a sense, our present, right? It's not really stealing our present. It just becomes our present because we're imagining those thoughts in the present. Those are present thoughts. They're not future thoughts. They're not existing in the future. They're present thoughts. And so our present is taken up with those, and we get trapped in those thoughts. We get blocked by those thoughts and caught by those thoughts, and we start to daydream and get lost in thoughts, right? And we forget that thoughts are just a happening in this moment. Thoughts are just happening. They're a happening of the moment, a happening of existence. There's no real controller of thoughts. Thoughts happen. And we forget that. And so we get lost in thoughts and we go down these rabbit trails. When if we were just aware of this moment and aware of the thoughts that are passing, they're rising and they're falling, they're passing like clouds in the sky, right? We don't have to hang on to them or get lost in them or overthink them or obsess over them. Just let them pass through the sky, right? Let them rise as a wave and fall as a wave. and be aware of the moment, be aware of the present. Oh no, Joe, that's the opposite of what I need to do. Let's see, there was a comment that I said I was going to address. What are the authors? Oh, right. Oh, you know what? I'll answer that by saying, Jay Will, thank you, that I have, oh, you know what? So I do have a book recommendations page on rickquestionsthings.com, but I just posted a few days ago, frequently asked questions. One of the questions, and I'll just use this to kind of springboard, is one of the questions that I'm frequently asked is, do you have any book recommendations? So besides the book recommendations page, I do recommend a lot of Alan Watts, his talks, his books, his articles, all those kinds of things, right? Be present on the thoughts in the future. I feel like when I focus on the future in a good way to, oh yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Besides Alan, I said I would recommend several non-duality themed books, such as Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj's book, I Am That, the Astavakra Samhita or Astavakra Gita, that's on the book recommendations page or the frequently asked questions page, so you don't have to remember what that is. The Zen poem Shin Shin Ming, that's what I've been writing through. But I will recommend this book that I recommended at the beginning of the live. I have a lot of them already. Nice, Parusha. I love this book. I read the super thin first version of this book years ago, and I've read it several times actually. But then I discovered there was an expanded edition that's like 4 or 5 times as large and a new translation. So what it is The Other Shore. Thank you, my mental. It's called The Other Shore, and it's by Thich Nhat Hanh. I haven't read a whole lot of Thich Nhat Hanh, but this is a gem. I love this book. Love it. Thank you. The Other Shore, Thich Nhat Hanh. A new translation of the Heart Sutra with commentaries. It's so good. It really is. I love it. I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to read it again, probably. I'll probably read it several times in my life, but yeah, definitely Xander. But I would highly recommend this book. Highly recommend this book. The Other Shore. So I put that on the, and then, another one that's in a different vein, a totally different vein. I really enjoyed years ago Waking Up by Sam Harris. That was a good one because he's, he comes at spirituality, he calls it spirituality without religion. He comes at it from a totally different perspective because he's not religious at all. He doesn't believe any of it, right? But he talks about the benefits of meditation and understanding, various things. So that's a good one. 4 Agreements. Oh, you know what, Xander? I read that years ago. I need to read it again because it's referenced and recommended all the time. I actually need to read it again because it's been a long time since I've read it. I mean, years since I've read it. But yeah, rickquestionsthings.com. Everybody go there. Does this guy act like he needs saving? He's fine just the way he is. Right, Cosmic? I don't know who... I haven't seen the comments that you're responding to, but excellent point. Thank you. Thank you, Cosmic Cristo. You only get to the other shore when you realize there's no other shore, only the now. Yeah, I love that, Aaron. Oh, man, that's so good. I love it. Love it. Oh, Gabe, you're just telling us your beliefs, my friend, and we don't believe those things. That's irrelevant for us. It's just a belief. You believe the beliefs of ancient human beings, and we don't need that. When you are here in this moment, you don't need belief. When you are fully aware of this moment is all that there is, you are this moment inseparable from it. You are existence, this moment inseparable from it. Then what has existence to do with belief? It's not a belief, it's the way, the truth, and the light. I mean, that is a belief. What you just said is a belief. That's what I'm saying. Quoting John 3:16 is a belief. It's a belief. It's a belief. It's ancient human beings' beliefs that you believe. And it's irrelevant. We don't need any of that. You don't need any of that. You said you need it. You don't need it. You don't need it. You are free without it. Absolutely free. You just don't know it. And it's okay. You can continue to believe it. It's fine. But you're free without it. You're in bondage with it. It perpetuates the illusion of separation, which is bondage for you. You just don't understand it. Have you seen the One Love bar? Oh, no, I haven't seen it yet, Xander. Oh, I want to, though. I love Bob Marley. Oh, Gabe, I've already answered that question several times. And in fact, Gabe, if you would like to learn something about what I have discovered and what I know, you can go to rickquestionsthings.com. And in my frequently asked questions post recently, I answered the question briefly, and they're just little snapshot beliefs. One of them is what happens when we die. So I'll just read it to you. How about that? No one knows. And anyone or any book that tries to tell you what happens after death is either telling you what they believe as opposed to what they know, or they are giving you a product of their wild imagination. Most people who claim to know what happens after death are merely stating their beliefs in the beliefs of ancient human beings. They get their beliefs of the afterlife from either a book of others' beliefs, typically from someone explaining their beliefs of beliefs, really, like the Bible or the Quran, or they get their beliefs from others who claim they know because of some type of special revelation, like a near-death experience or something like that. On near-death experiences, about which I'm often asked, in my understanding of the scientific research, there are bursts of brain activity even up to hours after death and during resuscitation efforts which seem to be the cause of NDEs. These near-death experiences, not death experiences, that's what they are. They're near-death experiences, not death experiences. No one has ever come back from a black brain, dead brain, death experience to tell about it. No one has ever completely died, irreversible brain death, and returned to tell about it. No one has had their head, I'm not going to say it, I don't want to get in trouble with the app, their head gone, and returned to tell about it. NDEs are explained by these bursts of activity still present in the brain. The experiencer may believe their experience was reality, much like a DMT experiencer questions and sometimes believes the reality of multi-dimensional experiences or even entity experiences. For me, I have never died. I've never experienced life after death. So if I were to tell you what happens after death, I would be employing my imagination or beliefs, just as anyone else who provides you an answer. What happens after death? No one knows. In fact, the question is again irrelevant. You exist right here, right now. Existence is this moment. What has the question to do with this moment? Better yet, what is death to existence? Existence is never born and never dies. You are existence. Connect the dots. So there's my answer, Gabe. Gabe, you can read that on rickquestionsthings.com and let it sink in so you can consider it and examine it and research it and see what you think. What is death to existence? That's who you really are. What you are is existence. You're inseparable from existence. You are existence. You're the energy of the cosmos. You're the energy of the universe. Energy is never created or destroyed. So what is death to energy? What is death to existence? It doesn't exist. It's an illusion. Aaron. Gabe's trying to slide into your DMs. Probably should tell his Christian wife. Uh-oh. What is this? Complete the verification. Oh. Inactivity. I've never seen that before. So TikTok said they detected inactivity. I had to slide a little puzzle piece over. Oh, I bet it's because I was looking away, reading that. I feel guilty for not giving for some things. Well, my mental, that is understandable because we are programmed to feel that way. It has been programmed into you. It's something that not only just in your life, but I mean even evolutionarily, because we have been believing creatures for so long, believing animals for so long, that it's understandable for you to feel that. It knows you're reading. Yeah, Purusha's mouth. That's crazy. That is weird. I've never seen it do that, and I've never just sat there and read before I'm live. But you're suggesting ammo. Well, me personally, I go to the historical context of the Gospels and show them that the Gospels are all about the destruction of Jerusalem, that Jesus is never coming back, that those Gospels were written after the destruction of Jerusalem, about the destruction of Jerusalem, and so none of it is true. None of it is true. The only reason Christianity exists is that the temple was destroyed, Jerusalem was destroyed, and they had to figure out, how do we continue our religion that's very physical in a spiritual way? How do we continue our religion without all this physicalness, without the temple, without the land? And not only that, but how do we interpret the destruction of Jerusalem, the temple, and the slaughter of his people, and the captivity again of his people? How do we interpret that? That's the question they're asking, and their answer is, well, it was a judgment from God. It must have been a judgment from God. And so that's where you get all the stories from for the New Testament. I thought you were a surfer. Oh, I was surfing today. That's why I'm so exhausted, man. Dark NATO. Yeah. I surfed after work today and I'm exhausted. Listen, it takes a while to grieve. Yeah, to grieve your faith. Oh, yeah, that's good. Yep, it does. Psyched. Good to see you again, my friend. Like, not saying I'm blessed. Oh, yeah. Hey, Caitlin, what's up? Good to see you. Yeah, man. I know my mental. I know exactly what you mean. But, that is just it's a residual, It's something that's hanging on to you. It's a residual. Because there's really no one to give credit to, because there's no separate thing or entity out there to give the credit to, right? And when you get really down to it, there is existence happening. It's all a happening of existence. It's the flow of the energy of the universe, right? In all kinds of forms and events and things. And we think they're separate and all. And there's no separate God out there to give credit to, because there's nothing outside of existence. There is only existence in this moment, right here, right now. Is Gabe leaving? I haven't seen many comments, but I did respond to a couple of them. Good night, Gabe. Sir, glad to see you. Yeah, you too, Dark NATO. So, but I get it, my mental, man, I understand completely. I really do. And it's just that programming, it's that programming that is in us, that's been ingrained in us. There is only us, right? And us is it. It's the whole. We are the whole. We're not inseparable from the whole. It's the separation part is the illusion, Who created all that? Well, there's no who, and there's no who that created. So that's a belief, right? What you experience in this moment is this existence right here, right now. I'll see it, but can't see it, if that makes sense. Yeah. We all see it, but can't see it. It makes sense. Yeah, my mental. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, Darknado. And that does make sense. We all see it, but can't see it. So there's different levels of awareness, you know. And the thing is, like, yeah, mind twist. You know, the thing is, with things like, so you have all these terms and words, right, that different people use: awakening, realization, enlightenment, all that kind of stuff, right? Nirvana. It's nothing that you have to go find, right? It's that we're asleep. We can't see it, like you said, Darknado. Like, we see it, but we can't see it. The real you sees it as existence, because existence is all that there is, right? But it's the sleeping ego that can't see it. So waking up is coming to yourself as existence itself and seeing it all for what it is. Yeah, you can only say what it's not. Yeah, words are so hard. Words just can't quite get to it. Just because words divide, words separate. Anytime you name something or speak a word, you're separating it from its surrounding environment, and it's inseparable from its environment. Everything is, because there is only the environment. It's all the environment. It's all the existence. Drives me crazy because I'm a writer. I get that. Me too, because I write, on my website all the time, and I'm like, how do I put this in words? It's impossible. Because the very putting it into words is really doing the opposite of what I'm trying to explain. It's completely the opposite of what I'm trying to explain. Weirdo, good point. Oh man, it's 10:08. 10:08. I'm exhausted. I surfed after work. I'm so glad I needed it. I needed surf. I haven't gotten to surf in, it's been 2 months. All night long. Exactly. It's what it's not. That's right. That's exactly right. Yeah. Yeah. So true. I'm out of tea. I'm exhausted. And I better get some sleep. So I'm going to get some sleep, but before I go to rickquestionsthings.com. Don't forget. Get that sea salt. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Yeah, message me, my friend, for sure, my mental. Thank you. It's hard, Jesus. But he did say, let's go, shine. True. Enlightenment. Turn on the light. Yeah. Thank you, my mental, my friend. Thank you, Aaron. Yeah, Julie, thanks for being here. Awesome. Just a chill night tonight. I loved it. Oh, my dog's starting to bark. I hear some voices outside. Oh, man, weirdo. Drippy loves you. Yeah, I've surfed, I have a cousin who lives in Laguna Beach. And so I've surfed that area, San Onofre and all that. Oh, so nice. David Wood. I don't know who that is. Astro, shh. Come here, Astro. Good vibes. Yeah, definitely, Aaron. Not a lot of people tonight. No, that's okay, because this is a chill, not spicy background. We're in the same time zone. Mavericks is calling you. Oh man, I'd have to really condition myself for that. Hey, buddy. I know, I hear him too. It's okay. Come here. See if you can get up in the camera. Come here. Come here. He's a golden retriever. Hey, buddy. Look at the camera. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's such a sweet puppy. He's a sweet puppy. Yeah, weirdo. I agree, man. Oh, yeah, weirdo. It's insanity. Astro. Shh. No. Contradicted my test. True. Good question. Vijapi. Message me that. Oh. I need that hair color. That's a good question. Message me that because I do want to, because I'm about to get off. And I've got saltwater hair. Okay, guys. Well, I love you all very much. New Salmon Creek in Sonoma County. Salmon Creek. I'm going to have to look that up. Huh, interesting. Good night. I love you guys very much. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for the great comments. Yeah, thank you, Jet. As always, I appreciate you so much, my friend. Thank you. Shane, good night. Good night, numbers. I love you guys. Bye, Purusha's Mouth. We'll see you guys soon. I'm going to go live Friday. The plan is to go live Friday. I usually go live Friday, 9 p.m. Central. Fridays, 9 p.m. Central. So that's still the plan. Fridays, 9 p.m. Central. Go to rickquestionsthings.com. Read what I've written. Check out my shirts. You can ask questions on there. Connect with me. All that kind of stuff as well. But I've been writing a lot more lately, so go check it out. Anyway, I'll see you Friday. Everybody have a good night. I love you. Have a good rest of the week. And I'll see you soon. I love you guys. Good night.